Spoiled supper. Newly obtained images appear to show the chicken a la mold that somehow got onto Delta Flight 136. After some passengers were served bad food, the flight from Detroit to Amsterdam made an emergency landing in New York Wednesday morning.
Medical personnel at our gate today should be standing by.
It wasn't good.
These passengers were on board.
There was just like two black spots that almost looked like burnt cheese, and I thought it was just something different. And
see, by the way, this is why these are the same people who are shocked that Biden is old. Do you understand what I mean? This is what we have. This is what we have. This is what we. These are the people that are walking around this country. I looked at this black mold and I thought it was something different. That's what they said. So these are the people we're expecting to realize that the president is weekend at Bernie's. So these people only knew they were eating mold after they had started vomiting. This is a perfect allegory for this country. There's not a better story, by the way, for this country than people on a Delta flight from Detroit to Amsterdam, a pointless route. We don't even know why it exists. But let's give people the benefit of the doubt. There are births, there are deaths, there are things. There's families, there's whatever. People have answers. I get it. We drugs. All right, maybe it's making more sense. The point is, they're going to Amsterdam. It's so funny going to Amsterdam. Everybody's on drugs. Like, it seems fun here in Detroit. Well, we didn't handle it as well, did we? They're all there, and they're all eating toxic black mold and sludge just because they believe in Delta. Imagine believing in Delta. Imagine thinking that Delta had your best interests at heart, or that Delta wouldn't lie to you, or that they wouldn't let their food rot and then serve it to you immediately, or that, by the way, some of these flight attendants might have seen it when, fuck these people, I hope they get sick, and I hope they die. But that's a great point. This is America. People are sitting there like, well, the president was confused and he was wandering around, couldn't really find the podium. We just thought it was something different. There was a black mold over the president's face, and his eyes like they were just fixed in his skull by a puppet maker. His skin was wrapped so tightly around his face. We just thought it was something different. Is there any more of this guy? I love him and his wife.
and I guess that turned out to be the black mold.
One girl said that she didn't eat the chicken, and she didn't eat the chicken because it tasted really sour.
Okay, 136, can you confirm that none of the pilots ate any of the food?
The pilots were fine, but at least 12 passengers were evaluated by paramedics at JFK Airport. None were taken to the hospital. But for the second day in a row, Delta has pulled all meals except for the hostage issue in economy cabin on 75 international flights as a precaution. The airline is investigating and sincerely apologizes to the passengers for all offered compensation and rebooked their flights.
The problem with everything now is that you're either a QAnon nut, where you go, everybody's a clone, nothing's real, and nothing exists. Or you're one of these people who will eat mold because the flight attendant at Delta gave it to you. There needs to exist a third group of people who are smart enough to realize that there are certain things that you should accept as part of reality, and there are other things that you should question. When the president is making no sense, he's babbling, he seems like a confused older man sitting in a McDonald's. Yes, that is something that you immediately question. When someone hands you a meal on a Delta flight that is, to the eye, black mold, you see it, you don't go, oh, maybe it's something different. You know, there seems to be, you know, the only hope is that third group of people. The people that will go down the rabbit hole into full schizophrenia aren't helpful, because those are people that will be like, is this even a plane? That we don't need. But we also don't need people that blindly accept authority. And that's part of the problem. Blindly accept authority. Those people in the Hamptons, they know it's bullshit. They're just seeing if this guy can pull it off. They don't really care if he's competent or not. They know he's not running the country. They've done well enough in the country to know how it's run. They've done well enough to know how it's run. They might like the optics of having a president. I'm sure they do. In the same way that they like the optics of being the CEO of their company. But they've done well enough and made enough money too. They don't freak out. They're going to bed tonight and they're sleeping relatively easily because they know that this is all not resting on Biden's shoulders. They know there's an apparatus. In the same way that they know if they die tomorrow, their company doesn't fall into a pit. They know that there might be a power struggle, there's a board, there's other things. It's an institution, a lot of them, right? They know that the United States of America is not one old guy, but they know it's bad optics. They know it looks bad. They know they can't have it. It's a lot of the people that I worry about who, because of their own lack of intelligence, they're fully shocked by everything. I don't think you can be surprised by everything. I think it's actually a bad way to live. I can't believe the president is like all this. The look of his attention up to us, making her faces. I'm surprised. she started an OnlyFans, and she's like rich. What's her net worth? What is the girl from Dr. Phil's net worth? Just to make everybody in the listening right now have a stroke. 25. The girl who told her mother on Dr. Phil's "fuck you." And I think her mother brought her to Dr. Phil because she was a junkie and a criminal.
Oh, she made 52 last time.
She made $52 million on OnlyFans. The country is a circus. I mean, there's nothing to be done. This was a girl, like, remember we all grew up like Jenny Jones and Ricky Lake and Phil Donahue and this fun 90s trash TV and Maury and Jerry Springer, and they would bring kids like this on quite frequently, and they would say they have a problem, they're not listening to me, they're staying out late, they're drinking, drugging, having sex, they're not respecting the rules of my house. And all of these kids would be like, yo, fuck you, mom, I do what I want. This is no different. This girl did all of that, and now she's a bona fide multi-millionaire celebrity because she's a good rapper, decent for what she is, not great. She's not Remy Ma or something. People think I don't know about rap, I know everything about rap. Everything. But I have 2 Bentleys. What do you think I don't know about rap? And the leather in them is insane. It's insane. These people in the Hamptons, they all got these old Land Rover, these old things, like these little military vehicles. None of these people have ever served in a war. Their little war is going down the street, and there's like a little armored old Range Rover. Because, you know, Range Rovers were just military vehicles. They're in this armored little Range Rover thing that looks like something that you could drop the Jews off at the camp, but instead the Jews are now in them, and they're driving these armored things to the beach. You know, come on. But I have this Persian white Bentley with this white leather seats. It's so silly looking. And people look at me like,